You will need a placemat, a jelly plate, a brayer, your table tray, and 2 registration boards. Before you begin, take the plastic covering off of both sides of your jelly plate and put it underneath your chair for safekeeping. Bring your placemat and jelly plate to the inking station and then put a few dots of ink on your jelly plate. Go back to your table and begin rolling your ink. There are 2 things to be mindful of when you're rolling your ink. First, visually look at your ink and see if the application is even. The second is the sound that it makes. As you're rolling your ink, you might notice that it's dry and it starts peeling away from your jelly plate. If this happens, just go back to the inking station, get a little bit more ink, and then roll it again. If you need to put your brayer down, please put it on top of the tray with the newsprint. This keeps our station clean. To make sure that our prints line up, we're going to use this registration board. Short edge with short edge, long edge with long edge. Then take your paper and line up the corner of the paper with the corner of the registration board. Press down firmly and then peel back one edge to see if the ink is transferred. Do the same thing with the other side. Now for the big reveal. If you did it correctly, your plate should have almost no ink left on it. Depending on the jelly plate or how much ink you use, your first prints are going to look a little bit different, and that's what's cool about this process. After you finish your first full coverage print with one color, you're going to do a second one, but now with 2 colors. Go over to the inking station and pick 2 colors that you think will look good when you blend them together. For mine, I'm going to stick with blue since my brayer already has blue ink on it, and on the other side, I'm going to do purple. When you roll out your ink, you're going to start with one color first. If you need, you can use a second brayer. Roll out both colors individually, and then use one of the brayers to start blending the colors crisscrossing over the middle line. You are responsible for washing all of your materials and tools. The ink that we're using is water soluble, which means it's pretty easy to wash off. Start by putting everything at the bottom of the sink and washing your jelly plate first. Then take a scrubby brush and then wash everything else. Please don't use a scrubby brush on the jelly plate because it has a tendency to scratch it. Roll your brayer on the towel, flip the towel over the jelly plate, give it a few taps, and now you can go back to your table. If there's enough time, you can keep printing. Or, if it's time to clean up, put down a layer of plastic, take your jelly plate, gently fold it in the middle, and place it down. Do the same thing with the other piece of plastic, fold it in the middle, and then gently place it on top of your jelly plate. The jelly plates will stick together and get ruined if they're not fully protected by the layer of plastic, so please do a good job. At the end of class, clean brayers will go back in the bin that says clean brayers, and then one person will take all of your trash and your newsprint and put it into the trash bin. Replace the newsprint with a clean placemat, and then reset your board for the next class.